hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty, welcome aboard. Yes, good evening. We promised you that we would give you a bonus broadcast today, and we're coming to you live from the Larry Little Hall of Famers event out here at Hialeah Park. The luminaries are getting ready. They're slowly trickling in, so we'll get to some of the folks that are going to join us here tonight. I will try to pull some of them out here so we can talk a little sports and have a little fun here on the program. Got a bunch of things, obviously, that are going on today in the event. They got a silent auction going on. I just saw a football that has, the Hall of Fame insignia on it, and it has all kinds of signatures. And one of the signatures I saw on it was Gale Sayers. And so it's got a whole bunch of, former great players on there. So you could tell it's a ball. They've kept it as a treasure for a little while, and it's going to go up for auction. I see a Jason Taylor signed jersey out here. There's all kinds of stuff out there at the silent auction, and they'll have an open auction too at the same time. So they've got two different auctions going on. And when we talk about the Larry Little event, by the way, just to kind of fill you guys in, this has been going on for a long time. They've been doing it. The proceeds, by the way, from both the Hall of Famers night, which is tonight, and the Legends Golf Classic with the Larry Little Athletic Training Scholarship Fund at Bethune-Cookman University. It helps provide scholarships for minority students in Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. And they've been doing it now for 15 years, and they've actually raised over $1 million. So obviously Larry Little doing some amazing things. Not only did he do amazing things on the field, not only could we use a couple of Larry Littles, by the way, on the field right now, which would be really, really nice if we could actually do that. Have a couple Larry Littles out there on the field right now for the Miami Dolphins, and straightening this offensive line out would be nice. It would be nice. You know what I'm saying? So I did not bring a lot of equipment, so I'm actually going to keep up with some of the stuff, I guess, on my phone. I see Raging Dolphin Maniac and Big Bob there and Mike Dominguez. I appreciate all of you out there, as always, tuning in. Yeah, I'm actually in a suit today, no concert shirt or anything. A lot of folks are going, man, you clean up pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have some fun today, obviously emceeing this event, and hopefully we'll be able to drag some of the folks over here to talk a little sports.
I put up the second camera just so they can see as people walk in and out. So
okay.
You're on one side, just like a guest, it would look like on the screen, so they can see as everybody walks in and out of the
you can start to see the folks. You can kind of get a feel for the atmosphere, everything going on here at Hialeah Park, which is a beautiful thing. Always appreciate all of you out there, as always, for keeping it locked here on the program. So these are some of the names that we could be seeing here today. They're set to come, but you never know. Things happen. But Bob Brzezinski is some of the names on here. Thomas Hollywood Henderson, Darrell Fullington, former Canes great, Dick Anderson, Benny Blades, Ed Newman, let's see, Charles Johnson, Kerry Glenn, Lamar Thomas, Lenny Harris, Lorenzo Hampton, Mark Duper, Mercury Morris, Nat Moore. There's just a lot of people that are going to end up showing up here. Tony Nathan's name is on the list. So, and you never know who else. I've been to this event myself as an attendee a couple of times over the years, because it's a really cool event. And Sean, you know how it is. if it's catered, it's covered, right? So, Sean asked me that. He goes, "Is there any food?" I said, "What kind of a question is that?" Of course, there's a great spread that goes on
It's a
here.
stipulation, right?
Yes, yes. It's a requirement for us to be out here as we need. No, but seriously, obviously Hialeah Park, and it's been a big part of my life, obviously, because I've been coming to this place since I was young. I remember coming here to lunch with my dad. Okay, like that's how that's how long I've been coming to this place. So from the days of when obviously horse racing was big all the way through, and what I love is that it's kind of getting revitalized now. You've got Santa's Enchanted Forest right on the corner of the park, because this is such an enormous property. You know what I mean? And having the Larry Little Legends night like they have every single night. You got the casino, got the sports gambling coming. I mean, there's so many things that are happening now at Hialeah Park, and it's really nice to see because it's a legendary property. You know what I mean? So it's actually pretty cool to see the growth that's actually going on. So appreciate all of you out there. If you have any questions, you can send them in on the chat board, of course. We will keep you updated on anything going on. Apparently, there is the folks in Oregon are already they got an offer on the table for Mario Cristobal already.
Yeah, extension. Apparently, it's been there for a week, though.
Huh?
Apparently, it's been there for a week.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I think we're going to find out tonight.
And you brought up one of the names the other day, the Clemson AD.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing tweets that
he's coming.
He's coming. Yeah.
I know. That's crazy, dude. I was like, wow.
I mean, they said they were going to be in it big, so I guess that's what they're doing.
Yeah. No. Well, listen. If you want to compete with the big boys, the problem is Oregon's got $100 million contract on the table.
Yep.
So is the University of Miami willing to play that kind of hardball?
Calling their bluff.
Huh?
Calling their bluff.
Well, yeah. No, exactly. And remember, that's just the head coach. You still have to pay for the offensive and defensive coordinators. Yeah. And that's not cheap either. And it's not like, if you want to have a top program, you're going to have to pay some big bucks for those kind of coordinators. So that's going to be a hell of a challenge. But I got to tell you something. Look, man, as you all know, I haven't been very, let's say, positive that UM would spend, right? And now all the talk is that they're willing to. I got to commend them if they're willing to do it. Then I gotta tip my hat to them, because this is something they've never been willing to do. Is in today's modern, college football, you want to play with Alabama, you got to spend like Alabama. You want to play with LSU and Georgia and Ohio State and Michigan and all those kind of teams, you got to be able to spend like they spend. And we know that takes a lot of schools out of that mix, right? And if Miami wants to do it, this is it.
Yeah. And as you've talked about, and Manny and everybody on the show that comes on, the one thing you have to remember is a lot of these schools have state money.
Yeah.
Miami doesn't necessarily have that.
No.
They got some boosters, don't get me wrong, but
right.
They don't have that money backing them up, state money backing them up, like all these other schools do.
No, they're going to need boosters, and then they're going to – and look, their medical program produces a ton. So they've got resources.
Yes.
The question is, are you going to use those resources now? That's the key now is, are you going to use the resources to get to that point? So that's a cool thing. I like the picture you got going on. You got the two-way, and you see in the back there, that's where everybody lines up and takes a pic for promotion purposes there. So interesting. But we're out here at Hialeah Park. We're at the ballroom area, and this is the Larry Little Legends Night. And I've been out here a few times for this, so we're looking forward to it. By the way, boxing, remember I tell you that Hialeah Park is expanding. Another thing that they're doing is they've got boxing returning to Hialeah Park January 28th, man. I'm looking forward to it. 2022. Come on out here at 6 p.m. Boxing is back. Joanny Argelados, who is 8-0 with 4 knockouts, number 15 in the WBA, is taking on Mikel Banquez, 19-1 with 13 KOs. George Romero, 21-0 with 13 KOs, taking on Lucas Rafael Baez, who is ready for the challenge, I hope. Ariel Perez de la Torre, La Máquina is what they're calling him. Some of these young fighters I don't know too much about, like Ariel Perez de la Torre, who is a Cuban boxer. I don't know too much about him, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing him. He's going up against another Cuban boxer named Gianni Garcia. And then Abraham Martinez, El Colorado. I guess he must be a redheaded dude or something, I guess. He is 9-0-1 with 7 KOs. Mexican. He is taking on Orestes Velasquez, Cuban fighter who is 2-0 with 2 knockouts so far in his early career. So they're going to have a several more fights, obviously, on the undercard. But that's going to be a great night to come on out here to Hialeah Park and catch a little boxing. What are you laughing at? What's going on?
As usual, some joined the chat just a little bit too late. The question that just come in is, if Mario comes to the Canes and the AD from Clemson comes, what do you think are the possibilities, Big O?
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you, as I said before, I didn't think that they would go after Mario and spend that kind of money. The fact that they're willing to go after Mauricio, I am super impressed. Now, Oregon has a contract on the table, an extension on the table for a lot of money. So let's see what happens if he's really – look, I know how it is, because when you're away from South Florida and you've made your life in South Florida, you want to come back to South Florida. So I get that. So they say his wife is, that's the word, that his wife is not necessarily the happiest person in Oregon. Unfortunately, I know that his mom has been sick for a while now, and he was recently in town to visit his mom, and I'm sure that's going to be important to him right now. But again, how much money is offering, and how much money is Oregon offering? You know what I mean? That's the whole question right now. And the thing you like about Mario is he's going to handle this like a professional. He's not going to just jump at it right away and rudely handle this and mishandle Oregon or Miami. So first of all, he's going to take care of his kids tonight. He doesn't want to do the things that Brian Kelly just did. You know what I mean? I think he's looking to actually do the responsible thing. You know what I mean? Coach the game that he's supposed to coach, pay attention to his kids, make sure they're prepared, and then when that game is done, then he can make a decision professionally on what he wants to do, if he wants to stay in Miami, if he wants to stay in Oregon, or come back home to Miami and coach here at the University of Miami. But again, I'll tell you, Mauricio, I am so impressed that Miami is willing to spend this kind of money. That's the part that I cannot tell you enough about how impressed and shocked I am, in a way, because they've never been this kind of a school that is willing to do something like that. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. The part I don't know is, what's the difference between the two deals? That's the one we don't know. Because if he stays in Oregon, some people in Miami might be pissed, but what if the difference in the deal is $30-40 million? Do you blame him? I can't blame him, because that's the kind of money that changes your life and your kid's life. You know what I mean? I would never be able to see any of that kind of money. I hope I make like a couple of dollars on Bitcoin so I can just leave it for my daughter. That's it. That's all I'm hoping. How many of us are in that kind of a position that you can get the kind of money that is going to change multiple generations in your family? You know what I mean? That's something you have to think about, overall. Now, I know Florida has the no state tax, so that's going to definitely help. But you think they don't know that, and you don't think they don't do the math and all that kind of stuff, and they've got everything. They've got all the resources possible in Oregon. So that'll be interesting to see how this whole thing ends up being handled when it's all said and done. Can the Canes be great again? Yeah. What they won't be is dominant like they used to be. That won't be like that they're winning title after title. But can they get back to every once in a while being in a position to win a title? Yeah, hell yeah, they can do that. But you got to make the commitment. You got to spend the money. You got to spend the money. You got to buy the head coach, and you got to buy the assistant coaches. Okay? I mean, that's the only way it's done. Ragin says, takes a lot of hard work to get to that place. Wish I had that problem. I know. Takes a lot of hard work, and you got to be in the right business that has those kind of offers. You know what I'm saying? That also helps. Most of us aren't in coaching or something like that has those kind of outrageous salaries. You know what I'm saying? But I can't blame anybody that's a father and a husband. You can't blame anybody for trying to do what's best for your family in the long run. So whatever Mario wants to do is fine with me. Hey, listen, as I've told you guys, this will be a bitch of a job for him at the University of Miami. It's not like he's won a national title at Oregon. It's not like he's won big at Oregon. Not yet. So in a way, Miami is going to pay for a guy that is hoping he does better than he already did at Oregon. And Oregon is paying for a guy that still hasn't achieved the pinnacle, but they're hoping he gets there. You know what I mean? The thing about Mario is he has the work ethic to get you to a championship. He has the work ethic to find you the recruits that you need in order to win. So he has the determination in order to get it done. So if he does get it done, I mean, is it possible that he can get it done? Of course, because of that work ethic. You know what I'm saying? So that's the cool thing about Mario is that you got to feel good about hiring a guy like that because he has true professionalism to the craft. You know what I'm saying? So we just, you know what? We  got to sit here and wait and cross our fingers and hope for the best. Although I will say this, it's funny because what if he gets routed today by Utah? I just wonder what's the reaction from fans on Monday when I do the show and we start talking about this. And if he does take the job, but he got throttled by Utah tonight, how do fans think? You know what I'm saying? Because I know that this is why I say that this is going to be a really tough gig for him in a way, because he has to achieve the things he's never achieved so far as a coach. You know? So let's see what happens tonight. You know? We'll see if hopefully he puts a butt whooping on Utah. It looks good. And that way there's a better vibe with him joining here, because I know there are going to be people that are going to question it in a way. You know? Let's see. Interested to see the staff he puts together. Yeah. Willie Molina says, Big O, your hair looks great, bro. Well, I appreciate it, my brother. Thank you. Let's see. Remember, folks, as always, Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. And by the way, thanks to the folks that are reaching out to us, that are sponsors and want to be a part of our program. And it's very nice of the folks that are reaching out. And looks like you might be seeing some new people joining the show, which is actually really, really cool. What are you going to say?
No, I was going to say Willie Molina is also stealing corporate time right now. So thank you, Willie.
What's that about Willie?
He said he's stealing some corporate time, watching the show. So
okay.
Willie, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, my brother. All right, let's do this. There's enough people here that I might be able to drag somebody here. So give me a 2-minute break and let me see if I can work something and get somebody here. Okay?
Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the wide shot of the room and play the music that's playing in the background for the 2 minutes, and we'll get back to as soon as we can.
All right, give me a minute. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what magic I can work and who I can bring to the podium.
And Big O is going to work his magic.
best of them all, Larry Little, baby. It's his event tonight, the Hall of Famers night. I've been fortunate enough to be at this event several times, but I get to MC tonight, so I'm going to screw it up tonight. You know that, Larry, right? I'm going to screw it up.
I won't let you.
You're going to protect me like you protected everybody else in your day, right?
Sure, yeah.
That's it. Handle with care. Thank you.
Anytime you can be here, Big O, thank you very much for doing this for us.
I appreciate you. It's my pleasure, man. I've lived, eaten, breathed this team for.
I know. I've heard you.
You know the passion is there. You know it's real, my brother.
Oh, yeah,
you know how
sure.
it is. So, by the way, we're in a good mood now. 4 in a row.
4 in a row, and a good 4 in a row too. You know, they're looking good in what they're doing. Brian pulled his team together, and who knows what may happen. In a few more weeks. Where they might be knocking on the door into the playoffs.
Larry, I wonder, how do you view things when it comes to the Tua situation? Because it's so. It's like a lightning rod, that subject for some people, and I'm just wondering, how do you view him as a player? Because I love him. I think he can play.
You know what? 3 years ago, the fans here were saying, "Tank for Tua."
Right.
Tank for Tua. Then we got Tua. Then they didn't seem pleased with it because the young guy had some injury, had some issues. But he's shown in the last few weeks that he's the real deal. I mean, he helped off. I know they might say the offensive line is improving. They are, because he's getting rid of the football in a hurry. 3-step drops and getting rid of the football. But he's going to be a star quarterback one day.
Yeah, the problem we have here is that we have too many people that are in love with, you've got to be 6'5", and you've got to be able to throw it 100 miles an hour. And if you can't throw it out of the stadium, you can't be a quarterback. And that's a bunch of crap.
All I'll say is look at Drew Brees. Just one word, Drew Brees,
Bob Griese.
And Griese, yeah. Although Griese throw the ball as much as they throw it today. But he had us.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But that's my point, is you also got to support your quarterback. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it is. You know what I mean?
No doubt. He would have been here, but his wife is not doing well. He called me today and said he wouldn't be able to make it.
Yeah. And by the way, Joe Montana was not a great athlete either. He wasn't running 100 miles an hour or throwing at 100 miles an hour.
Well, you were probably too young to remember Eddie LeBaron that played for the Washington Redskins back in the day. He was 5'9", and it was a really good damn quarterback.
Right. Yeah. So that's why, to me, a quarterback is really more about intelligence, ball placement, accuracy, anticipation, all those kind of things.
Being smart and quarterback, and have, you know what, if you play well enough, the guys will respect you. And most of the quarterbacks are respected by their teammates. You might hear a lot of the outside noise, but other than that, quarterback should be the leader of the football team. Bob was the leader of our football team, although I was a captain also. Bob and I were captains on offense, but Bob was our leader.
Of course.
And we respected that.
By the way, you got to be proud of what this event has turned into over 15 years. Over $1 million. You provided scholarships for kids in the Tri-County area, Larry. I mean, you got to be proud of that.
I am, because with me being from right here in Miami, growing up over town, I didn't have a chance to do anything like this as a kid. Now, as far as meeting different people, we didn't have any pro teams here in Miami, and now there are 14 pro teams in South Florida. So now I think every team that's here does a lot of great things for the community. But I'm the one that started doing things for the community back when I was playing, and I had a boys camp for underprivileged kids. I had that for 15 years through my stay with the Miami Dolphins.
When you see the end results of this, what do you get? Because tonight's fun, and you get to BS with the guys tomorrow on the golf course and have a good time. But then when you see where the money's going to and the difference it makes in those kids' lives, what does that do for you?
The main thing it does for me is when you see a kid, and you'll hear from a kid tonight, two of them that'll be here tonight that we've given scholarship to, and plus the lady that was the cap advisor at my high school, Booker T. Washington. You'll hear from her tonight. But when you get letters from kids thanking you, we got a letter about 3 months ago from a young lady. We didn't get a chance to put it in the program. She was just graduating from Harvard University with honors, thanking us for what we did for her to help her go to college. I mean,
Wow.
that's a feel-good story for me. I think the young man here tonight, he's a freshman. He's only 16, and he can go to a 4-year school yet. So he's at Miami Dade, and he had like a 3.5, 3.8 GPA. That's
awesome.
what it's all about. And, I wasn't an A student. I far from being an A student.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I wasn't much of an A student either. PE was my A. That was right.
And had only 2 scholarships coming out of high school. So,
Wow. What really? Only 2?
Only 2. I've been fighting an uphill battle all my life growing up.
Right.
Not having 2 scholarships out of college, not being drafted into the pros, signing as a free agent, being traded by a coach that said it's a nothing-for-nothing deal. When Sid Gilman traded me to Miami from San Diego for my high school teammate, Mac Lamb. The only reason I went to Bethune-Cookman where I did because it was closer to home. The other school is a small school in North Carolina called St. Augustine. And I didn't want to go there. I didn't go there because my parents couldn't afford to bring me home on short holidays. And I was Daytona Beach, 4.5-hour drive, so I was able to come home. That's why I went to Bethune-Cookman.
When you say that story, because I think about how people are raised now and how ultra sensitive they are now, and you're hearing that somebody's saying, oh, it's a nothing for nothing trade, right? And if I remember correctly, Paul Brown told Hank Stram when Hank called him about Len Dawson, and he said, well, Hank, if you want to put your job on the line, I'll trade you Lenny, which
Right.
Like in today's world, first of all, they would never diss each other's players in the middle of a trade.
Exactly.
Two, you don't diss anybody like that publicly anymore because they get so sensitive about it. But it's funny how we kind of grew up with a tougher shade of skin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Our skin was more leatherish. You know what I'm saying? We could kind of take the pounding a little bit recover from it. But how do you not let those kind of things affect you? What did you do then?
I always believed in myself. If nobody else didn't believe in me, I believed in myself. And when I went to San Diego, I'll never forget this. When I went to San Diego, I said I was a free agent. I didn't know he bought an order free agent before the drafted rookies. And I got up and introduced myself in the meeting. I said, my name is Larry Little, and I went to Bethune-Cookman. This big white boy went to Ohio State. I'd never get the name Terry Osmo because I'd never forget it. He said, Bethune-Cookman, wasn't that some kind of cook school? I eyed him. And when he put on pads, I volunteered to get in front of him. And I put him on his ass and said, now you know where Bethune-Cookman is.
Right. Now we're cooking. We're cooking. By the way, I'll wrap it up with this. You and I are weirdos. We're actually real Floridians.
True.
I'm born in Belle Glade.
Well, I was born in Georgia when I came in when I was 3 weeks old.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, so okay. All right. I love it. Larry, thank you for taking some time, man. I really appreciate you.
Again, man. And if you do a good enough job, I'll have you back next year.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm gonna be on my best behavior.
All right, buddy.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. There you go. The great Larry Little, baby. I love it, man. Larry joining us here on the show. We will try to get more and more folks here to join us a little bit and have some fun and talk some sports here with you all. Thank you all out there for joining us. And more and more people are coming in. I will try to track down more and more of the big names here in the building and have some fun with that. But Larry was a lot of fun. You got to believe in yourself, brother. If you don't believe in yourself, you're toast.
No, 100%. And then, just everything on here. Tommy Meyer, this is great. Everybody talking about what, just this event and what it's this event. And they're just sitting here able to watch this event and see it happen while we're doing this.
Right.
I think we're gonna get some more guests here in a moment, so I'm gonna step off the microphone and let you go, sir.
Okay, no problem. I appreciate you. One mistake I made, I didn't bring headphones today. Today I didn't bring my bag that I normally bring, and I said, I may not need it, and that was a mistake on my part. I definitely need the headphones.
And we didn't have much space here, so I ran everything back to the car, and I'm parked about 3 miles away, or I would run back to the car, but I might not make it back here.
You didn't park in our spot?
No, I didn't.
Huh?
We'll discuss that later.
When I pulled up, I didn't see your car. I go, oh my God, he didn't park there?
Well, I don't know the inner workings of the highly apartment.
No, park there all the time.
Yeah, but I would have to carry the equipment up steps.
No, there's called an elevator.
The elevator does not come
Oh, it
here.
didn't go to the third floor. That's right.
Yeah. So I had to come all the way over to this side, and then I had to park out there because they were offloading all the musical equipment and everything else.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. All right, so there you go, folks. Can't complain. We started with Larry Little now. We will try to continue to work it and try to get some of the other guests to join us here. When Larry Little pulled and went down the line, someone was getting pancaked with a head of steam. Amen to that. This is awesome, Big O. Thanks for covering it for us. You're welcome, Ragin, as always. Dante Viper says, oh, no, he's in. What else do we have here? Larry was a badass back in the day. You are correct, Robert. Adrian says, great story. Legend. I like it. Oh, yeah, Austin Jackson can learn a few lessons from this legend. Amen to that. I didn't want to get too much into the O-line talk with him. You know what I mean? I kind of wanted to stay away from the O-line talk because, it's just why, it's a 4-game winning streak. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I see Tony Nathan coming our way. Tony Nathan. All right. What's up, Tony? How you doing, baby? How you feeling, man? You feeling good? 4 in a row right now for the boys.
Feeling very good. I mean, it's like when you go. Well, I tell you what, this one is going to tell me how well these young men want what they need to go and get, what Saban wants. If they can step up, make it happen, good. But they ain't got nothing to they ain't got nothing to be embarrassed about if they lose. So, but they need to take the attitude that I want to get into the next game. Georgia's in my way. I need to get into the next game.
Right. No, I'm with you there. How proud of you right now are you of Tua fighting through all the adversity from injuries and, the issues on the O-line and all of that? It seems like he's adjusted to the chaos sometimes.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't be where he is if he wasn't able to make adjustments on the run, on the move. And barring physical injury, being injured, I think he's done a great job. I think he's done a great job of what he's working with. And, as time goes on, he just got to know he got to get rid of the ball a little bit sooner. Everything has, you got to have that one particular outlet that you got to go to. You need to win, because if I ain't got what I got down here, I got to come to you. So he need to start doing that, I think, a little bit more, letting people know I need you.
So he's got, when you're winning and you're helping and winning, you can be a little bit more demanding, right? Is that kind of?
Well, it's not so much being demanding. It's just getting on the same page with the people that you're
communicating.
Yeah.
I got you.
It's like, if I ain't got it here, don't think I might not come back here. You my outlet.
Right.
You my going to be my go-to guy. If I can't do nothing down the field, you my go-to guy. So spend a little time and do what you got to do, but you got to come and read what's in front of you. The zone, find an open area, drop. I'll throw it to you in open area. So, it's one of the things that he got to, him and Waddle has been doing great.
I know.
So, I mean, that's because they know one another.
I personally think we take Waddle for granted because he's a rookie, and you're expecting him to move the chains, make the catches. The kids playing like O.J. McDuffie, 5 years into his career. I don't think we give enough credit how good Waddle is right now.
Well, that's okay. I mean, because he's a sleeper in everybody else's book.
Right.
Too.
Okay. Right. Right.
People might figure it out and no, we can keep him from doing what he does.
Right.
We can beat this offense.
Right.
So maybe people hadn't figured that out, but maybe they need. My thing is, I think they need to let him go downfield a little bit more.
Well, you got to block a little longer for them to go downfield. That's I think.
Not necessarily so.
Well, you want, but they don't boot and waggle him at all, which I wish they would.
You don't even have to move him. Look at the coverage. If it's too deep, too high, let him get out and just go hit him in the seam.
Well, like they did that last week.
Yeah,
right.
You got to get the ball out of he need to get the ball out of his hand and let him work. That young man can beat one-on-one whoever's in front of him trying to slow him down.
Now, remember, he got that pass off because the running back, your guy, picked up that blitz because there was somebody coming to kill him. If it wasn't for, and it was the Lindsey kid, he was brand new, man. That was a nice block by him, by the way.
Yes, it was a very nice block. But everybody is a part of this thing. If one break down, it all breaks down.
Of course.
I mean, you're going to get beat. I'd rather get beat physically sometimes than not knowing what to do and how to get it done.
Of course.
So a missed assignment is compounding the problem. But if I get beat physically, what you want me to do?
Right.
I learn from that experience and know how I need to deal with that guy from then on.
Right.
So go get him closer to the line. I might have to cut him a time or two to slow him down.
Right, exactly.
That's all it is to it.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I got to earn his respect.
Are you a believer of Tua, or are you frustrated that they didn't get Justin Herbert?
Oh, I'm a believer in Tua.
Okay. All right.
I'm a strong believer in Tua.
Me too.
I mean, it's a team effort. Now, if Justin Herbert was here, he'd be doing the same thing too.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. It's funny because so many people say, well, they should have gotten Najee Harris. They need a running game. Well, not really, because I went and read, I showed the stats to everybody. Steelers aren't blocking either. He has 60 more carries than Gaskin.
Uh-huh.
One's 3.7, the other one's 3.5 yards per carry. No difference. And the difference in the yards are the 60 carries. He's got 700 and something. This kid's got like 570. It's 200-yard difference. 60 carries, 3.5, 3.7. There's your 200 yards. And it's funny because, and Ben's an established quarterback at least. I know he's not himself anymore, but at least it's Ben Roethlisberger. And yet Najee's not doing the job, but it's not his fault. Just like Tua at times. It's not his fault. It's got to be a team thing, man. When that old line's going, then everybody eats.
Everything works.
Right?
I mean, when they do what they got to do up front, everything is it's in the air that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
More of what you want to do and add to what you're already doing. And it's like, okay, we got to find the people in front. We got to find bookends. I mean, we got to find the people that we need up front.
Do you have some, do you think? Because Tony, for me, it's coaching right now on the offensive line because, look, I'm watching all the defensive players show up. Waddle's playing, Gesicki and Tua. What about the O-line? Ask me whatever you want. You're the legend.
Why do you think it's coaching?
Because Waddle's playing well, Tua's playing well, Gesicki's playing well. All the defensive players, all the young players, Jalen, all these guys are all playing well now. Holland, Jones, Van Ginkel, the only young guys that are struggling right now are the young linemen. And the only other two young players that aren't playing is Noah and Hunter, but they got people in front of them, so there's a reason why they're not playing. Okay. So right now, out of the young guys, it's only the O-line not performing.
No. What if they know what to do, but physically they can't do it? That still is coaching, but you might need to cut back on your scheme and the things you're trying to get done. You might be putting like different calls in the pickup or different calls in the run game, that different combination of people doing different things. Cut that down and just say, hey, let's do what you do. You come off the rock, one-on-one, mano-a-mano.
So simplify it.
Let's find out what you're capable of doing.
Right.
They should have done that in training camp, which I don't know if they had time to do it.
It's been a screwed up 2 years,
Yeah.
the whole
but this
thing.
is what I'm saying. You got to figure out what your people are capable of doing.
Right.
And if you ain't found that out, and then you learning them as well as they are learning your system. I mean, during the season.
Right.
That's hard.
I know. You know, but you know why I say it also? Because I had too many people spewing this crap. Oh, we got to fire Chris Grier. And I'm like, are you out of your freaking mind? We got Marvin Allen, we got Chris Grier, and we got Reggie McKenzie. We got a three-headed monster that knows what the hell they're doing.
Right.
And now we're watching all these guys develop except for the O-linemen. So now everybody's shutting up about Chris Grier now because Tua's playing well. Phillips is now getting sacks. Brandon Jones is turning into a badass strong safety. They're finding out Javon Holland's going to be a star. You know, all these things are developing. You know what I mean? Van Ginkel's now showing off. All that kind of stuff is happening. So, you know, it drove me crazy. Oh, we got to get rid of the front office. Get the hell out of here, man. That's not the problem right now.
Well, that's what I never understood. But if you're on the outside looking in, how do you come to these conclusions about who you need to get rid of?
No, I got a better one. They blame Chris Grier for what happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, because he was there. And I'm like, you idiots, he wasn't in charge. He's not taking any. And you know, here's the best part. If Chris Grier's filing reports and scouting reports every year, and you change coaches and you change personnel, which they did over 17 years that he's been there, and they keep you around, Tony, what do you think happens? His reports must have been damn good. Because if your reports sucked, they would have fired you and everybody else in May.
Yes, that's
because
true.
as you know, the personnel contracts end in April. In May, they tell you, see ya, draft's over, we don't need you anymore.
Might tell you in April.
You know what I mean?
Plan on bringing you back.
So it's like, understand, Chris Grier stuck around from coach after coach and personnel after personnel director because he's good.
He's doing something right.
Reggie McKenzie did nothing wrong in Oakland. When they bring on Gruden and all that, were they doing anything wrong last time I checked? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
so
you know, that's like, well, I don't want to get into calling Gruden's name, period. I don't want to do that.
No, but I'm just saying in general, it's just we got really good people in the front office. People need to have some patience and give young men a time to develop, dude.
They don't have it. Everybody's looking for that instant gratification right now. And it's not here. They got to have time to grow.
Yeah.
They got to have time to grow. Hopefully you can keep them healthy and let them work, and they get better as time goes. That's the only way you get better is by working together.
Yeah, I'm with you there. You happy about the team's direction right now, 4 in a row?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Very much so.
Okay.
Very much so.
Well, you're here every year, man. What do you think of this event before I let you go?
I love it.
It's amazing, huh? What Larry's done?
And you need to slow down a little bit. But I'll be like, I can't, because this is my friend Larry. And the other guys are seeing the other guys around, and here at the park, it's a great event. It's a great event.
Tony, thank you for taking some time, man. I really appreciate you. And I know the Dolphin Nation watching loves you to death from all your days of leaving the blood, sweat, and tears for us there on the field, man. We appreciate you. Thank you
very much.
You got it. The great Tony Nathan. All right, we'll take a break. Give me a couple minutes, and I'll see if we steal somebody else before we rock and roll. Let's take a break right here on the Big O Radio Show. Defo! Let me take a break. Back with more. All right, we are back with the legend that is Leslie Visser. When I grow up, I want to be Leslie. I want to be respected. I want to be well known. I want to be loved like you. Then Leslie, you're on camera, by the way.
Good, because I have a show and tell.
You have a show and tell?
I do, so that's good.
Okay, good. How you been, by the way?
You know what? I've been great. Although are you college basketball too? Do you love everything?
I love everything, but can I be honest?
Yeah.
I don't like college basketball as much anymore. Well, because we lost all our stars.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my problem. It's like I'm spoiled. I had Pat Ewing for 3-4 years, and Alonzo Mourning and Dikembe Mutombo and Ronnie Cycli with Sherman Douglas and Boeheim's teams, and we had Duke and UNLV playing against each other for 2 straight years.
There was nothing like the Big East. I was privileged. I covered from
I
day
know,
one
I
of the
remember.
Big East. And you know what? Boeheim, he was one of the people in this tournament I just went to in the Bahamas. Great teams. They had Michigan State defending champion Baylor.
Sure.
Great teams. And I asked Jim, what was the toughest defensive team you ever played against? And of course, it was
Georgetown, yeah. With Graham.
Graham, right?
Graham, the bald guy,
yes,
Orlando Graham, I think. I think he has my name right, isn't it, Orlando?
No, it's David Graham.
David Graham. Okay, David Graham.
He was bald and
yes,
sophomore year.
badass.
But anyway,
yes.
And then I said, what was the second best? Because everyone would say Ewing, Graham, that team.
Of course.
So the second best team he ever faced was just a couple years ago was Virginia.
Okay,
so
yes.
In his 45 years,
he's done an awesome job at Virginia.
Oh, he's tremendous. And you know what happens? Teams can't play against the zone in the tournament because they don't play it all year. So he always, if he can get into the tournament, he'll win 2 games.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's been my problem with college basketball now, that we lost our stars, and that hurts. You know what I'm saying?
It was.
And if you grow up with this, you're not going to know any different.
Right.
But if you grow up with what we grew up with,
right,
you kind of get spoiled. I had Michael Jordan for 3 years. It's just, you get to watch that. It's just.
You know what? I was so shocked. I think I've done 35 Final Fours, and that one where Jordan hit the shot, it was down in the Superdome, and I was so shocked because I just happened to walk off the court behind Dean Smith, and underneath, of course, his relationship with Frank McGuire.
Sure.
So underneath, he hugged Frank McGuire, and he lit up a cigarette. And I was shocked because, Dean was such a god to all of us.
Right.
But, of course, Tobacco Road, that's what. Yeah.
I mean, when my early days, and this 31 years, obviously we've been in the business for a long time, but my early days of covering Riley at the Miami Arena, so the game would end, and then we'd go to the hallway, and then there'd be that thing that they put the border so you can't cross. Riley would go to the room to the left, smoke his cigarette. Then he'd walk past us and meet us in the because once he walked past us, then we were allowed to go. But every time he walked by, that smell of cigarette would hit you.
Well,
because he was I remember early days of Marlins. Remember they called out Jim Leland for smoking.
Yes.
Those were the days where that was towards the end of no more smoking in these kind of places.
I remember Magic told me one time that he had to say to Vlade Divac, Vlade, in this country, we don't smoke at halftime.
That's like the replacements, right? The kicker for the replacements. So he's like there smoking.
Well, even when I worked for a million years with Dan Dierdorf, I even covered him at the end of his career, and he said that on days when they had just to lift, they would smoke in between, like they lift, smoke, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
That is awesome. Yeah, so it was a different person back then. We're all different compared to what goes on nowadays. It's we grew up in a different era. That's all I'm going to say. It's just.
But I have to tell you my story.
Go ahead.
So, and this is a visual, too.
Okay.
Okay. From the time I'm a native Bostonian, and so, it was ridiculous. I grew up, it was Ted Williams, Bill Russell, number 4, Bobby Orr, right? So my idol when I was a kid was Sam Jones.
Okay.
The great Sam Jones. Who
I
hope he's coming. He just had some.
He's been here the last couple of years.
Always. Yeah. But he just had some very minor surgery, but I don't know, nothing serious. But so anyway, from the time I was 10 years old, I would write 24 on my little shirt, my white T-shirt. And, I learned a bank shot. I got high cut cons, anything. All right. So Sam and we've been in touch all these years. And Sam calls me every year and says, Leslie, please, you're in your 60s. Do not dress up, please, in my jersey. But here it is again, my Sam Jones. Here I am, number 24 with
that is awesome.
Who, by the way, made the 25th NBA anniversary team, the 50th, and the 75th.
That is awesome.
Only Bill Russell has more titles, 10.
Right. That is awesome.
So, but he begs me every year, come on, Leslie, because I've been doing it for 50 years.
Well, you're hardcore. You're a real fan.
You're a real fan. So elegant. I'm sure you've seen him here.
Of course.
Elegant.
Every time I've been to this event several times. today. I get to screw it up and MC it. So
it's a great event.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. So, what do you think of our Dolphins going on right now, turning it around a little bit?
I do. Matter of fact, I texted Brian Flores and I said, Reggie Jackson used to be Mr. October and you're Mr. November. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy how it's kind of nothing, and then they win constantly. This is going to be a good test, I think, don't you? They've got some momentum now, and
expectations now also fall on you now. They're a 6.5-point favorite, so even Vegas, a 4-point favorite. I'm sorry. So Vegas obviously thinks they're a favorite in the game. And listen, Daniel Jones is not going to play, so that should also play in favor of the Dolphins. And the way the Dolphins are playing defense right now, they're really attacking whoever is the quarterback.
Yes.
So I think they'll make the Indiana kid struggle big time.
Do you feel that we're kind of accepting, and it's okay that Tua, he's not one of the other young quarterbacks. He's steady.
I'm a Tua fan, so
but you can be a fan.
But I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
Okay.
I saw Joe Montana, and I've watched Drew Brees, and we had Bob Griese. They all don't have to be 6'5".
No, I don't think
they all don't have to throw 100 miles an hour,
No.
Because with that, I've watched David Klinger, and I've watched Jeff George, and I've watched Jamarcus Russell, and but I've watched the failures that are big strappers with all these arms, the Jeff Georges of the world and all that kind of stuff. So I've watched all those guys that these fans paint the picture like you've got to look this way, and that's just not true. You got to be smart, you got to be accurate. You got to be able to place the ball in the right spot. You got to have anticipatory skills. He has all of that. The only knock on him,
I don't think it's
is injury history. That's it.
Is injury history?
That's
it.
That's
which
legit.
is not insignificant, right? That's legit. But I would say this. I totally agree with you. Russell Wilson, isn't huge.
But he's athletic at least. That is, I see him more like Breeze. I see him more like Griese.
Yeah.
I see him more
smart
like
on the field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
those kind of guys.
Okay, what do you think the reason was? I wish we were just talking ourselves, but I might as well ask you.
We are.
I'm not sure if it's what is the reason that the Dolphins elected 5 captains and he was not one of them?
For me, that's the part I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
Now, he's not the personality that dominates right away. I think he's the guy. He's so polite and such a decent human being that he waits to earn his spot.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
That's good.
And I think that he walked into that locker room and says, I don't own it yet because I haven't won for anybody yet.
Right.
And I think that once you start winning and you take over the locker room, then you can start to dominate and ask and demand.
That's good.
I'll give you an example. The first month that I did this job, I would go watch Don Shula, whoever it was that I was covering, and I never asked a question for a month. For a whole month.
But you weren't expected to be the leader of the media.
No, but what I'm saying is I wanted to first understand what was going on and see what everybody was doing and how they did it so I can learn. Because it was my first month of the business. And then your wings open up and you start to feel yourself.
Yeah, but day
you
one,
get confidence.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I think it's for the reasons you say, but unfortunately the NFL doesn't really have a lot of time.
Not anymore.
And now, now he is rolling. You know what I mean? Now it's
but now he can pull people aside and he can tell them, do this, do that for me. Hey, you missed, you ran that route too short, too deep, whatever. I need you to do this. And knowing him, he's not going to be the guy that's going to embarrass like Marino. Right. Like if you did something wrong, Marino will almost rip you right on the field. You know what I mean? It wasn't his thing. So I think he's the kind of kid that just kind of waits for his moment.
Right.
And I think that's what he's doing.
There isn't one kind of leader, there are quiet leaders, there are vocal leaders, but I want to see this. This is the Tua that I want to see for the rest of the year. I don't want it now. He has to take the reins. As a leader.
I think he's doing that now.
I do too.
I think the confidence is growing. The wings are opening up.
Yes.
The butterfly is coming out of the caterpillar. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's happening now because at first he wasn't like kind of pulling his weight. You know what I mean? But once you're doing this and you're making those game-winning plays, I think that's when everybody else gravitates to you too, by the way.
Yeah. Do you see it though? Are the dice tumbling toward the Patriots? What do you see happening
For now,
there?
yes.
Yeah.
For now, yes, because they're so fundamentally sound.
Correct.
But I still don't see Mac Jones playing outside of a 20-yard box.
Right.
So they're not an explosive offense. But I like what Bill's doing. I hate to say that as a Dolphin fan, but he built the line. He gave him the running game.
Correct.
He's got the structure around him. And I think he's getting the kid comfortable in a zone. And then slowly but surely he'll open it up and open it up and open it up and then give him more freedom. And when he feels that he's comfortable, then he can let him loose.
Didn't
what I
you
mean?
think the Tampa Bay Patriot game, I thought that ended the way it should.
Right.
I really did. Like there was no shame for the Patriots.
No.
It was great for Tom to go back there.
It's blasphemous for us to say this on this show. We're talking good of the Patriots.
We both covered the league for a long time.
No, I know. But it's just they do things the right way. You gotta give anybody credit when they do things the right way.
Well, it is everyone I've ever known. I mean, this is my 45th year covering the NFL. And then I have to tell you a story about Ray Hamilton afterwards.
Okay.
He's here. But everyone, all the Patriots, you never got close to Bill Belichick. It really is do your job.
Right.
Which I think Brian Flores sort of has.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of do your job. He doesn't make a scene, do your job.
Right.
which
Steady, consistent.
I love him, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that players love consistency.
Correct.
They hate the dude that changes from week to week and the emotions and this and that that becomes a wreck.
Like I couldn't play for Dan Campbell.
Right.
I could not
myself. But I knew from the get-go the rah-rah stuff doesn't last. Yeah. In this league, if you're not showing them how to win or reach their incentives, they're going to tune you out right away, Leslie.
Screaming.
What I mean?
He wants us to go away.
We got it. Okay, I got to do my job. All right, Leslie.
Bye,
Thank
you. It's
you got
really
it.
fun.
Appreciate you. All right. That's Leslie Visser. We are going to take a break. You guys will see the festivities. I will go make a fool of myself. Oh, we got John Offerdahl? Oh, Offerdahl. There we go. Okay, I thought I had to go up to the front. But I if Offerdahl's here, he's going to have to bring me food. Okay? I mean, I'm hoping he brought some food. So hopefully he brought some food. So let's see. He's got his wine. He's ready to go. Now we'll talk to him now and we'll have some fun here. All right, so we are waiting for John. John's talking to Leslie. So we'll get Offerdahl on and we'll talk to my favorite Dolphin linebacker of all time, by the way, is John Offerdahl. I don't know if you guys know that. If you've watched the show or followed the show long enough, that's my favorite linebacker. As much as I love Zach, he's awesome. That's my favorite linebacker of all time for the Miami Dolphins, John Offerdahl. I loved watching that guy play, dude. I still remember the day he put Eric Dickerson on his ass in a Pro Bowl game and it was in the goal line. Put him on his ass. Met him right at the line. You can go look for it. I don't know where it is. But I'm sure it's somewhere on YouTube there. But let's see if I can get John here. John, what's up, baby?
Hi there.
How you doing, my man? Here you go. Oh, there he is. Did you bring me food? Come on, man. Come on.
It's great to be in the food business these days.
Yes, it is.
Especially after the COVID-19 thing that we just went through. So going from one game of football to another game off the grill, pretty tough careers.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to survive.
No doubt. And we're happy you're here, my brother. So how you feeling? How you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I guess that's the main question people ask me these days is how am I feeling? I'm getting up there, though. You see my hair? I just got a haircut. I still have hair, but it's turning gray. And I feel pretty good considering I'm 57 years old and have been fortunate to be married for 33 years.
Nice.
My high school, college sweetheart.
Nice.
So, yeah, I feel pretty good, both physically and emotionally.
I'm about to celebrate 29 coming up in a couple months. So
I think that's amazing. Anytime you get over 10, you're doing good.
Oh, yeah. If you get over 10, then you're really married once you're over 10. You know?
Probably have a couple kids by then.
Yeah. Once I hear somebody, I've been married for a year or two, I'm like, yeah, you're playing house right now.
Right.
You're not even married
Doesn't
yet.
count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. Not yet. Yeah. You haven't paid your dues. By the way, what do you think about the boys now? 4 in a row right now.
Oh, say it again.
4 in a row for the Dolphins. What do you think?
The Dolphins, yes. 4 in a row. 4 weeks ago, we would have never thought that possible. But I'm going to the game tomorrow or Sunday, and I'm a firm believer we're going to be 5-0 and going maybe to the playoffs. So
Go ahead. Oh,
wait.
that's right. There we go.
Wait.
All right, go ahead. There we go. All right. So 4-0. So you're already talking playoffs.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not. But I do think that they were always better than the terrible start they had, and so I'm just glad they brought the fun back into the game. The defense being the core leader of that. Impressive to watch Tua and his accuracy coming fourth. That's what we kind of expected, and we're getting it. But I just really love the defense and how they continually try to spice things up in the game. Turnovers and big plays and batted down balls and those type of plays make it entertaining for the fan and actually make a pretty good strategy for a defense with good corners and a pass rush that can throw a lot at the quarterback. So yeah, I love the game that they're playing right now. Of course, I'm going to be a fan if they're, I'd say this, 0-16.
Of course.
Nowadays 17. But
how about Phillips? How do you the kids now? It looks like they took them a little off of coverage and those kind of things, and they unleashed them and they said, get after the quarterback. And dude almost had 4 sacks last week. He had 3. So what do you think of Phillips?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to prove himself. I mean, every first rounder these days, there's a lot of pressure on them. They don't get a pass for the first year or two. Back when I played, you were actually surprising if you played and made a big impression. But, those days are over. So I think he's got the pressure on him. I'm glad that they're finding a way to use his talents. I just think he's got to, I'm always looking critically at defensive play and seeing how they tackle, how aggressive they are. And, I'd encourage him to continue to take that aggression all the way through a hard tackle. Now, I know you can't use your head anymore like I could, but, I feel like he's got the speed and the physical talent to be a great player. I'm looking for him to mature quickly.
So while you're looking at the defense, early on, they weren't having success. They were making all kinds of mistakes, giving up all kinds of yardage. Last couple of weeks, it looks like he changed the defense. It kind of went back to that amoeba-style defense. And so what did you see different from the first part of the first half of the season and now what we're watching now from this defense? What did he change in your eyes that made it – why did he choose – well, obviously it works, but why did he choose not to attack from the beginning?
Yeah, I don't know if there was that much of a distinction between the beginning and currently between the strategy of the defense. I do think that certain players who are injured can really affect the effectiveness of a strategy like that. I mean, first of all, you have to
like Raekwon Davis is what you're saying?
Well, I love the defensive line when they're healthy and they're in there. You can do a lot of things with strong corners and a strong defensive line. You can do a lot of things. It's by throwing players at the offensive line and constantly confusing them. Or you can have the Jason Taylor kind of out exterior lineman that every play confuses them. But with strong corners, you can do a lot of creative things. And I think that's what they're doing. And they're finding – I do feel, I could be wrong about this, that they're healthier. They have their big boys up front. And every game I watch, and I'm not overly critical, I see the same personnel, which gives me comfort that, they're gaining experience. They're playing as a team. They're healthy. And with that comes the ability to do some creative things. And I think they're finally being effective in doing them.
Van Ginkel. What are your thoughts on Van Ginkel?
First of all, he comes from Wisconsin. I know he played at Wisconsin. So I'm a Wisconsinite. So, of course, I'm going to follow that guy. And he's constantly putting pressure in unique ways on quarterbacks with the the giftedness that he has, and it's constant. Like the motor keeps going. He finds creative ways of getting there to the quarterback. It's amazing, kind of, because I don't look at him and say, "Oh, there's my rush linebacker,"
right?
But he is.
Yeah,
he gets there, and that's what's great about football. I mean, you get greatness in different ways. It's just not all one cookie cutter.
It's like he has a knack for the ball. You know, Javon Holland has that too. There's it's shit you can't teach, man. You can't teach this kind of stuff. There, either you have it or you don't. And Van Ginkel has a thing that he just finds a way to make plays. I just wish he would bring back the big old pads from Wisconsin. Remember those big ass pads he was wearing in college?
In the 80s and 90s.
I know, but it was like a throwback the way he
was. Huh? I never saw his college pictures, but
yeah.
Those big pads are out of fashion these days.
Yeah.
Shame though. I love them. I still got a pair in my office.
Are you a Tua believer?
I am. Yeah. I am. I really like him as a leader and a person. That always doesn't connect with the talent displayed on the field, but I think he's done a great job. And he may not be the Dan Marino quarterback that people expect or want to see. I had the good fortune of watching that in practice and in games. And you just don't see a lot of quarterbacks like that in the league this year. They're all possession-type quarterbacks. And, there are very few that constantly throw it 20 yards deep. And I think we got to get used to that with Tua. I think, he's a lot of possession receiving. 80% is unheard of in Dan's day. But these days, I think it's almost a replacement for a good run game.
I'll let you go on this. What was your reaction, John? And we're talking with the great John Offerdahl, by the way. What was your reaction when people were already off the Tua bandwagon? They want to fire Chris Grier already. They're hating that they didn't get Justin Herbert. I mean, the amount of overreaction that was going on a month ago, now a month later, everybody's shut the hell up already, and they're not complaining nearly as much. But what were you thinking in the middle of that hell about a month ago?
Well, that's what makes sports fun, is that, everybody's a head coach, and everybody was right yesterday, amazingly. So what was I thinking? I personally don't like a lot of change. I think teams need to groom and come together under a coaching staff. If you have a good coach and a good coaching staff, I think you got to really make a commitment, to build off that. Don't get me wrong; you have to replace people that aren't performing or doing it. But I'm glad they're coming back and showing the stability that we expected out of this team. If this year doesn't get them to the playoffs, I still think it's a redemption year. We got to find a way of starting a little faster so we don't always have to stress out at the beginning of the year and have all these conversations when at the end of the year we look like a legitimate good team. So I firmly believe in the coach, and I want to continue to see them build.
By the way, who's your favorite linebacker to watch in the NFL?
Good question. I think before Devin Bush got hurt, I really enjoyed watching him.
He's awesome.
Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy watching him, but
but Devin Bush is a beast.
Yeah,
I got
to watch him in Michigan.
I get you.
And I thought,
from sideline to sideline,
he's a local too.
Guy attacks. I mean, he is a beast.
It's a good. That's a great question because I'm looking at the Dolphins and I'm saying which one of my favorite. I really like Roberts, and he doesn't get to play a lot. I shouldn't say that.
Figures you would love the thumper.
Yeah,
figures you would. I was while you were standing there. I don't even know if you remember it. There's a Pro Bowl game. You're in a freaking Pro Bowl game, and Eric Dickerson at the 1 yard line trying to punch it in, and you put him on his ass.
Oh. All I remember.
Do you remember that?
I was so nervous at those Pro Bowl games.
But you were. I mean, you're supposed to take it off, John. You're supposed to relax.
Those were the most.
You're supposed to let him go in. What the hell?
Nowadays, it's like tag
figures
team.
you Landon Roberts his ass at the 1 yard line.
Yeah. Well, if you watch him, he plays first, second down. They take him out on third downs, and I get that a little bit, but he brings an intensity, and he's kind of old school because he tackles the correct way. He tackles with his arms. He grabs anything, but he'll nail you.
I know.
He'll nail offensive linemen, and you're just watching him.
He's you, dude. He's you. That's why you're watching him. You're watching him.
Me and my boys, we do like contact. So, when I raised my boys up, I dropped them on the floor to get them used to contact. And I still lean in front of people that are about your size, quite honestly, because it's like alignment, and it's almost like an energy that wants me to hit you right in the head.
Right. That is awesome.
So
That is awesome.
I enjoy watching him.
Well, it's good to see you, my brother. I
Awesome.
appreciate you as always.
Yeah, thanks for
All
the
right.
support.
Hey,
along
let's see if we
Larry.
take the show next year to the food to your event and have some fun. All right.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
I appreciate
hopefully
you.
Get that back and going after COVID.
You got it. All right, John. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. That is the great John Offerdahl right there, man. Damn. Tony Nathan, Leslie, and now John Offerdahl. There you go. I mean, you can't beat that right there. You cannot beat that whatsoever. All right. Let me work the room. We will continue. We'll see if we bring back another name to the mix. And there you go.
You got your MC duties to start doing here soon, I believe.
What's that?
Your MC duties start soon.
Oh, yeah. It is 7:53. Am I ready to work? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let him eat. All right. So
I like this guy.
So
I love Frank.
So Sean's favorite part of this whole event is coming up: food. Okay, it's food. All right. So we're gonna let this thing fly. You guys are gonna be able to see the everybody walking around and do their thing. We'll allow you to enjoy that, and we are going to walk around a little bit ourselves. I got to make sure Sean gets fed here. You know what I'm saying? It's very important.
No, I'm good. I eat after everybody else because then I just start bringing the plates over.
All right. Gotta love that. All right. Appreciate all of you out there. Let me take a quick break. Let me walk around a little bit.
Hey everyone, my fault. Going back over there right now, I hit the wrong button and stopped the stream. Going back over there right now. Right behind you, boss. Right behind you. Sure. No, you're good. Sorry to move away from me. So wait for me, yo? All right,
He told me to wait till they eat and then I start talking. Well, first I'm gonna some of the other then the guys, and then you take over after the auction. Okay, so, right, because it was supposed to be all that stuff first, then eating. No, those introducing the main people, then eating, then the guys, and then the auction. When I get to when you get a little bio or something like that, I can just say, I can make you want to be stable. Yeah, if you have something that has it on the guys. What I mean for you. What do you mean? If I have one? Yeah. I don't have any. I can just go off memory. So I mean for me to introduce you is what I'm saying. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's just I don't know what you want to just say. Big O show. Radio host, 31 years here in South Florida. When they go out here, show. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to do. I don't really, it's not about me, man. So I'm not really. You want to radio station still? Not anymore. No, I do my own podcast. No more stations. Oh, okay. Now I'm not working for no more corporate entities. Okay. All right. Done with that. So we're able to do this. Huh? What's that? That's why we're able to do this. Yeah, that's why we're able to do this. Exactly. Oh, okay. Yeah. Radio stations want to do this. Oh, yeah. I know that's what I'm saying. Yeah. This is a lot better, anyways. Radio show. Okay. Yep. 31 years. Radio host, South Florida. That's it. Please. No, we're waiting for the line to go down, and then we'll get something. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. How's that? Okay, later. Thank you, man. Bring them over? Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. Go. Want to go live? Ready to go? Oh, yeah.
next time I keep them out, I was thinking I would give mine to the listener when I know. So my fault. Next time I'll keep the other one out.
Okay.
I thought, you gained 30 years in business and bring your own headphones, but it ain't my fault.
You know what? I don't know why. I'm a dick. I don't know why I didn't think, no big deal. I won't bring my bag. And I forgot all this sound.
I didn't think it was going to be as loud as.
But I should know better. I've been in this event a couple times.
We're talking like this. Fine. You go to I heard what you're saying once you get the headphones on.
Right. Right.
When we talk right now, fine.
Right. Exactly. Here we go. Go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
Coming in.
All right, we are back, and we promised you more. It's kind enough to join us now on the program. Reggie, appreciate you, man. Thank you as always. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
You got
this one, yep. Now I do.
There we go.
I'll say that again. Thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I appreciate you, man. time. So let me ask you, congratulations for taking over Bethune-Cookman.
Appreciate that.
That's
a
pretty
big
awesome.
one. Oh, it is.
You moved up from TV shows to reality now, right?
Well, it is reality. That is no doubt about that. And it's a great opportunity. It's an awesome situation. We've got a lot of work to do, but we're headed in the right direction. To be the basketball coach and the athletic director gives me the ultimate opportunity to mentor the kids, the ultimate opportunity to give back, and to really create something. I think that the school's well worth it. Dr. Bethune, she's obviously, her vision was incredible. She started the school on top of a dump, and her vision is what we thrive to please. And it's a lot of work, and she's tasked us with that opportunity.
Yeah, and you got a friend in Larry Little here, because
Yes.
he's, for over 15 years. I've been coming to this event for several years now, and it's just a great event and a great opportunity for some young people to get the opportunities that they deserve.
Well, when you've had the opportunity to do certain things, you've been certain places, what's left is to do more. And that's what this is all about. That's what Larry Little's foundation is about. That's what my opportunity to be the athletic director and basketball coach at Bethune-Cookman gives me a chance to do more. And it's one of the most proud things I've ever done in my life. And I've been a lot of places, so I'm looking forward to the opportunity to really build something strong.
So what motivated you to take up? It's a hell of a challenge, obviously.
Yeah. I was doing radio and TV and playing golf 3 days a week. I was kind of having a good time. But the truth is, when you pray for the opportunity to have more of an effect on people, and the opportunity comes up, even though it's completely across the other side of the country, you can't say no to that God-given opportunity. And so I feel very blessed to even be here.
As we get older, it's not just about our families, but we, those of us that are normal human beings. I have to preface that.
You have to also say that very loosely, because none of us are normal.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is at least normal in the sense that life is about helping others.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is your opportunity to give back. Obviously, you've been given a lot. You earned a lot, but in the process, you were gifted a lot of things because you earned it. You know what I mean?
And I would say you've been put in a position to do something. You've had the opportunity to sign a lot of autographs. You put a lot of smiles on people's faces. You've made money. You've been successful in on and off the court. When I went there to talk to them about the basketball job, and they said, you know what, we like you as a basketball coach. We know you can do that job, but you have the attributes that we're looking for in our athletic director. For them to have that vision and to see me in that light, it meant something to me. And so the opportunity to say, hey, you know what, this is the chance for me to get involved at this time in my life, at my age, with both hands. And the school's done a lot of great things over the years. It's run into some hard times, but it's coming out of that. So the timing is perfect. The administration is fantastic. The board is fantastic. They've made a lot of changes. I think that the reputation and our narrative is what we make it now. And that's my job, is to create that narrative that is a positive narrative. And, there's so many alumni in all of Florida that went to Bethune-Cookman. I've met 15 already here.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And they're just waiting.
They go to the schools that we can afford.
Well,
I sent my daughter to FIU, although she got an all-free ride and a scholarship.
Understood.
But my point is, I can't afford the University of Miami. Most of us can afford the other schools.
Well, and then they go up and become successful.
Right.
Sometimes they lose contact with the university. And the university has done a great job in connecting their alumni. And I'm going to do my best to bring us all back and bring us all together.
You almost got to be more of a listener early on, right? Because you know basketball, but now you got to listen to what's going on in crew, what's going on in swimming, what's going on, all these other sports that you're not maybe familiar with everything that ins and outs of that. So,
but you know what the interesting part is? Just like being an AD. I've never been an AD before either.
That's what I mean.
Okay, so the most important part of being an athletic director is leadership. And I've been leading for a long time. I've coached for a long time. My staff it's just like coaching my team. There's really no difference. I have a great staff that works with me. April Taylor is my deputy AD. I got a good friend of mine who is a associate AD in Scott Summer, and they really carry the ball for me when it comes to the ins and out of the day.
Sure.
And so my job is to lead. My job is to bring people together. My job is to
Delegate.
be the coach.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. I talked to Magic Johnson once about his success and all the things that he did to become successful. What was that like? What was the transition like? Well, tell me, what is the secret? And he said, you know what, Reggie, I'm still the point guard. So it doesn't change.
Right. It doesn't change.
It just transfers.
Yeah, it's a different basketball.
It doesn't change.
Right.
Corporate America, sports, teamwork, all of those things, it's all the same. You just have to be able to transfer the mechanism.
By the way, have you kept up with the game, with the NBA?
I still do.
It's a different game.
I still do XM radio for the NBA also. So it's matter of fact, I was just on last week. And I'm that guy that's got 15 jobs.
Right. No, I know.
But I love the game. I love the NBA game. It has changed enormously. I'm not a huge fan of the different rules and the different ways that they like to play analytics and so forth and so on. Yeah, but it's still 94 feet of hardwood.
But wait a minute. You were shooter, dude. This is your game. That there's a certain part of me that looks at Reggie Theis going, Reggie fits this style.
I would have fit this style.
Okay.
You know what?
Right.
I was a grinder at the same time.
No, I know.
And
But you were a
enjoyed
shooter.
the physicality of the game.
Sure.
I was,
But you had no choice in those days. If you weren't physical, you were the last in that league.
No, you're right. When you run through the lane, you run through the lane at your own risk.
Yes.
Understanding that you may get clocked on the way through, but you bounced up, you brushed it off, and the referees were different too. I tell this story all the time. The old referees,
flagrant twos are regular fouls in those days.
It wasn't even a foul. Get up and start playing. So Yogi was one of the old referees back in the day. I get stitches on my left side. I come back in, I get stitched up, I go back out, I get stitches on my right side. And the referees, I start complaining about the guy throwing elbows. He said, well, Reggie, just get your face out of the way. It wasn't anything about the guy throwing elbows, about me getting out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Reggie, what are you doing? You're putting your face in the way of the elbow.
Get your face out of the way.
What do you think of the Heat, by the way, since now that's going to be your local team now that you're in this state? Well, Magic too, by the way. That's right. And you have ties for the Magic.
I played for the Magic.
That's right.
We were rivals because we both came in. I think it was '89. We both came in '89. Magic franchise. I'm a huge Pat Riley fan. I'm a huge Eric Spoelstra fan. I mean, I love the culture. I'm about culture.
Well, that's what you got to do now, right?
That's
your job
exactly
now.
Right. And it's one of the things I think that they saw in me, that I'm about culture. I'm about creating that atmosphere so people can play their best basketball and do their best work. And that's what being an AD is all about. And I love the Miami Heat. The Magic, we have to get them on board. We have to get them moving in the right direction.
Well, you got to find your Pat Riley. Well, look at our Dolphins. Since we lost Shula, we never really had that guy. You know what I mean? Your former team, the Lakers, they went through some times where they were kind of lost a little bit.
You know, 4 or 5 years. Maybe six.
And it really hurts when you're missing that guy that sets the tone for your organization or your business or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
It really goes back to culture.
And they think it's a cliche. They think it's just.
It is cliches, but at the same time, it's real.
It's real.
And there's not a CEO, a boardroom, a successful company that doesn't have the right culture.
Chick-fil-A.
There we go.
In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger. You will never complain about their service. Yeah. Their people are trained well. Yeah. You have your food 99.9% of the time. They never screw up.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things. When Burger King, I hate to pick on you, McDonald's, you may not have the same culture as In-N-Out and Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying?
McDonald's has done really well.
But still, it's not like In-N-Out and like Chick-fil-A.
It's not as big. It's not as McDonald's is such a big franchise,
right?
And that's more of a. Don't get me wrong, big is big, but that's a smaller than big.
Yeah, what's it called?
Family owned.
In-N-Out is family owned.
Family owned, yes.
Family owned. So it's every any successful business has great culture.
You think about Chick-fil-A, it was not open on Sundays. How many times you drove over to Chick-fil-A trying to go there on a Sunday and go, dang, you know?
Even the Atlanta airport one is closed.
Yeah, is that right? Wow.
That's a bitch. It's like, wait a minute. And they have one in the Falcons stadium, which
that's crazy.
Like, okay, so you're not open on game day.
That's crazy.
You know,
don't play on Sunday.
So it's got to be you're only open for the Georgia Bulldogs. That's it. That's the only or the soccer team. That's it.
Pretty funny.
You're open for that. So yeah, no, you're right. And that's been, and it's funny how it's whether it's Van Gundy, either Van Gundy and now Spoelstra.
Yeah.
Part of that culture is developing the people under you to take over for you.
Well, you look at the Spurs.
There you go.
The Spurs have an incredible culture with Popovich being the helm. You always say the guy that has a hammer and the nail. You know, Popovich had the hammer and the nail. He created the culture that he wanted, got the players that he wanted. You think of Jerry Sloan, what they did in Utah for all those years. It was all about all the great franchises, the Lakers, Showtime, all the great franchises all had the right culture. And that's what I'm trying to build at Bethune-Cookman is a culture of winning, a culture of doing things the right way, and raising the bar. We have to raise the bar. And then we got to get all of our alumni to come back and start giving to the school. Too many times you go, I love that school. But at the same time, it's like, what have you done to help the school? And right. I being who I am and where I've been in my life, I can look these guys in the face and say, hey, man, you know, we need your help.
Right.
We can't do it on just good looks. We can't do it on a promise and a handshake. We really need your help.
One more thing before I let you go. Has college basketball, it's a different game now. I grew up watching Stars there for 3-4 years. But now the Stars are probably leaving to the G League and that kind of stuff. And so now, has it become where college basketball is an even more level playing field than it's ever been? You know what I mean? Because it wasn't an even level playing field for many, many years because if you loaded up on the McDonald's All-Americans, you were able to win.
Well,
you know what
now,
I'm saying?
With the portal being the recruiting portal now, where players can actually leave anytime and play right away, you know, it does change things. There's over 600 or 700 kids in the portal. That means a school like me at Bethune-Cookman, we go into the portal, we can recruit any of those kids. And there's a lot of kids that are going to get missed because of the way recruiting is now.
Right.
So you can end up with kids that you normally would not be able to get that fell through the cracks and are looking for a place to go. And here's the thing. The great part is the NBA goes everywhere. There's no secrets anymore.
No. Yeah.
So all you need, I tell people all the time, it's the coach, it's minutes, and style of play.
Right.
It does not matter what's on the front of your jersey.
Right.
It does not matter
Look at Dame Lillard.
How big the school is.
Dame Lillard.
That's exactly right.
You know?
He is a superstar.
He's a superstar from a small school. He's a badass.
Well, Steph Curry.
Right.
Not a small school.
Small school.
There's a lot of them. We were actually going through it. A lot of the pros that came out of HBCUs. And so there's, you know, like we can think about 5 or 6 off the top of your head, but they're all very successful people.
So am I right? It's become even more level playing field now.
I think it's more level. Yeah, definitely. Now it's more the 4-year guys because the older guys still win the most.
Right.
Just like in the NBA.
You
can have all the young guys you want,
and
but
you
the
won't
old
win
guys
jack.
still the ones that win.
Yeah. Like the great Magic team got there with Shaq and the boys, but they weren't ready to take it away from Houston at that time because they were too young at that time, you know, and Houston was a whole bunch of veteran dogs at that point. So that's, you know, kind of the way it was. You know?
The young guys are exciting. The old guys win.
Yeah, in the NBA, the old guys win, especially in the playoffs. They definitely win. Reggie, I wish you the best in Bethune, man. Thank you for taking some time. Enjoy the evening because it's always a great evening here, and I'm glad that I'm glad we have Larry Little to help you out and be
I'm looking forward to it. Anytime you get a chance in between games, I play at Central Florida on Saturday, and so I'm here today. We practice tomorrow after the tournament, and then we play the next day. So just trying to stay busy. That's the job. That's the kind of the where I'm at. Where the 2 hats. AD work and then the coaching work.
It's a beautiful thing. Reggie, you're a class act.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back with more. And who knows we'll come back with. You all be good out there. Big O Show.
Out of it, right? Still got me? It's hard when you're this big getting out of the way, sorry. Got a message everybody so wait.
Can't hear us?
No, you're off.
So go to Nat Moore. I have right now is goal line on. Comment. I'm not touching that. That's why you saw us break up. We were laughing.
Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, just to kind of mess with everybody on the stream, there we got some beef, some pork, a little bit of Caesar salad. There's some salmon underneath there, potatoes. The feast is on, my friends. The feast is on.
This big guy here. This big guy here goes, man, I love you, bro. I've been listening to this since I was 15. So thanks for reminding me I'm old. Reggie was good.
I was sitting there, and like when they first came in, they said something, and then they went and started talking. And I'm there, and she's like, "I still want Reggie." But then I was like, "Wait a minute," because I didn't know what you guys were talking about. Like,
I want anybody.
oh, that's what I figured. Yes. Excellent.
For the fucking Fort Lauderdale police, bro. Is that awesome or what?
How do we get? What was just
They
one
reach
listening
out-
source or?
Dude, I got a security company that reached out to us from New York. They work here also. They work in 10 different markets. The guys listen to our show all the time. So I'm meeting with them next week. I got to send them a proposal. We're going to get them an alarm company. The fucking police reached out to me. That fucking massage lady reached out to me. So, like, all of a sudden, I'm telling people to reach out to me, and they're just reaching out to me. And fuck it, bro. If I can't find a salesperson, then I got to go close it.
How'd the massage one go?
We're not failing, bro. You and I are going to succeed. We're not going to work for anybody else again. Fuck that.
Right now,
Let's go.
Lester. I say that's I can keep eating.
Huh?
I can keep eating for the interview.
Where's the judge? I got to hide if he shows up.
Ed is here.
Okay, because I may have a warrant for my arrest. I don't want Ed to see me or anything. Harvey Clayton, is he in the house?
Harvey Clayton, the former Pittsburgh Steeler.
All right.
Harvey was here also.
Now, is this Shaq Harris, James Harris?
Yes, he is.
Where is Shaq? Is Shaq in the house?
Shaq.
Where is Shaq? The original Shaq, by the way. The original Shaq.
Shaq is the co-chairman of the Black College Hall of Fame. He was a great quarterback with the Buffalo Bills and the LA Chargers. LA Rams, I'm sorry.
There he
He played
is.
with the Chargers too, though.
There you go.
One of the first black quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yes, sir. Damn right. Jesse Solomon, are you in the house, Jesse?
Jesse left? Okay, he was here earlier.
So, yeah, eat and run, right? That's kind of what it is. Okay, I get it. I understand. I'm kind of guilty of that myself. John Harris, are you in the house, John?
John was here earlier and he had to leave, but he'll be there tomorrow.
Charles Johnson?
Charles will be there tomorrow also.
Kerry Glenn?
Kerry will be there tomorrow.
I haven't seen Lamar Thomas either tonight. Where is Lamar?
Well, he'll be there tomorrow also.
Okay, Lenny Harris.
Lenny will be there tomorrow also.
I know Lorenzo Hampton is in the house.
Great Dolphin running back, a Gator.
Can't be perfect. I don't think I've seen Super Duper so far tonight. Is he in the house? Have I missed him?
He'll be there tomorrow also.
Okay. The Merc is here. I know the Merc is here. I've heard him. I heard him. I was over there. I had headphones on and I can hear Merc talking. Where is he?
One of the 22 that I blocked for the Dolphins.
I know he's here. I heard him.
Yeah.
You can hear Merc from the time you get in the parking lot.
And the time you leave, too.
My favorite wide receiver in Dolphin history is in the house. His name is Nat Moore.
Nat Moore. I raised him. Nat was my roommate my last 2 years playing. I raised him.
You did well, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm proud of the kid.
Yeah.
Well, an old man now.
Paula Tucker in the house.
Paula will be there tomorrow.
Okay. Ray Hamilton, is he in the house?
Ray Hamilton.
Where are you? There you are.
His nickname was Sugar Bear. But he's no Sugar Bear anymore with the New England Patriots. Let me tell you a story about Ray. We were playing New England one year, and it was like 14 below zero. And Ray was playing in front of me, and I saw some snot on his mustache. So I said, Ray, you have snot on your mustache. He said, Larry, you have snot on yours too.
I love it. We just spoke to this man earlier in the evening, Reggie Theis, a class act. The AD and coach at Bethune-Cookman, ladies and gentlemen.
Great basketball player. He's now the athletic director and head basketball coach at my alma mater, Bethune-Cookman.
I believe Kajana, I have not seen Kajana Carter. Is he in the house?
Ed Newman's back in now.
Ed Newman, where are you, sir? There he is. I paid that parking ticket. The warrant, the bench warrant is gone, so please don't come after me, Ed, please. All right, here we go. Stevie Thomas, are you in the house, Stevie Thomas?
Yes, he is. Stevie Thomas, one of my former players at Bethune-Cookman, Arena League Hall of Famer. Stevie was my captain one year, and he missed curfew, and I suspended him. And he didn't speak to me for a week like I gave a damn.
We got one more. Tony Nathan. I know he's in the house.
Tony Nathan, the real number 22.
Always looking slick. Looking slick.
We had 2 22s that I blocked for. Tony is the real number 22.
By the way, not on this list, but I want you to come up here because you're my favorite Dolphin linebacker of all time, John Offerdahl. Come on up.
I didn't play with John, was a great, great linebacker for the Miami Dolphins. Larry Ball.
Larry Ball, are you in the house? Where are you at, Larry? There he is.
I guess everyone knows Larry Ball's story. He was on our undefeated team in 1972 and was on the Tampa Bay Bucs team that never won a game. So he made history.
That's pain. That is pain.
Great teammate, though. Great teammate.
Folks, how about a hand here for these amazing human beings? And they're great athletes, too, by the way.
Thanks, man.
Folks, Larry's got an important message, obviously. This night is all about giving back. And that's why we're all here to give back, whether it's the raffles, whether it's the silent auction or the regular auction. And obviously, Larry and company and all of you have been a part of this for over 15 years, raising over $1 million to produce scholarships for a lot of young people that deserve these opportunities, folks. Thank you. Thank you very much. So please do whatever you can. It is very appreciated, and obviously our youth need it. There's no doubt about it. Larry?
All right, thank you, Big O. I want to call up 3 people that have been awarded scholarships from my foundation, and they want to say a few words to you. One is Zion Rozier.
Let's hear it for Zion.
Zion is a great artist, and we awarded him. He came to me one day for a scholarship when he was a junior, and I told him, "No, man, you got to wait till next year." And he waited. He remembered. He came back to me again for a scholarship, and now he's doing great work. He's an artist. Go ahead, Zion. Tell him what we did for you.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to say I appreciate the opportunity. I have recently graduated with my associates in criminal justice during the summer this year. And lately, I've been given the opportunity to travel across the country to display my God-given talent. I have an official website, zionrozier.com, where you could view my official portfolio. And for those that are wondering and would like to support my body of artwork, I have an art booth on the left corner. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Zion.
Oh, and I would also like to say I appreciate the scholarship that Mr. Little gave me. Yes. Well, I got you.
Don't forget about that now.
Yes, I got you.
Okay, the next person I want to call up is Kamari Rowe. He was just given a scholarship this year, and he's at Miami-Dade College carrying a 3.4 GPA. And by the way, he graduated from high school at age 16.
Good evening, everyone. As he said, my name is Kamari Rowe. I currently attend Miami-Dade College at the Homestead campus, and I have a 3.4 GPA. And I was very thankful to receive the scholarship from Larry Little because I was put a few years ago. I lost my father, and I was put in a position where I didn't know where I was going to be able to get through college. And thankfully, with the scholarship, I was able to get the basic materials that I needed in order to succeed in my studies. I'm currently finishing off the fall term, and then I'll be going back for the spring term after the break and everything. And I currently major in business and finance. So, yeah.
Thank you, Kamari.
Congratulations.
The next person I'm going to call up, she didn't get a scholarship, but she helped a lot of kids get scholarships. I contacted her. She was a CAP advisor at Booker T. Washington High School, the high school that I graduated from here in Miami. Miss Carol Jones, you come up, please. She's also a graduate of Bethune-Cookman.
All right, good evening, and thank you so much for this opportunity, Mr. Little. Indeed, it does give me a pleasure to hear the students talk about their winning of the scholarship, and I see it firsthand when the students are awarded the scholarship. Thank you all so much to the Larry Little and the Larry Little Foundation. Your scholarships really help our students. On behalf of the students out of Miami-Dade, Broward, particularly those out of Booker T. Washington Senior High School, which I work so closely with, the scholarships really help our students. I just want to share a quick story. About 4 years ago, we had a student that was awarded. Mr. Little would come out to our school and give the students a check, nice check, right there, about 4 weeks before they graduated. And we had a student by the name of Perez Strata. He was a scholarship recipient. Perez had family setbacks, and somehow or another, his backpack was displaced, couldn't find it. But in that backpack, he had about $352 worth of books. So, inner city student, still in need, could not clear for graduation. Could not clear because you have to pay for those books. So he came to me in distress and he said, Miss Jones, you know I applied for 7 schools, got in all 7 of them. I have a GPA of 4.2, but I can't even graduate because I don't have the money. My mom doesn't have the money. My dad is passed. I don't know what to do. I said, weren't you just awarded a scholarship last week? He said, yeah, but that's for school. I said, well, how are you going to get to school if you, okay, let's make a call. So we called Mr. Little, tell him the situation. Mr. Little said, now, Joan, that's not usually how it works, but hell, if he can't graduate out of high school, he can't go to college. I say, you're right, Mr. Little, and I'm asking you on behalf of this student to please approve this. And he did. Student then paid $352 out of his scholarship money, still leaving him enough to prepare what he needed to get his lab, to get everything he needed, his books, to feel good about his dorm room with his scholarship, and he felt good about it. The kid was so happy, graduated with honors, and I'm pleased to say to you now, he's on the administrative level with the United States Postal System. So indeed, your scholarships, your contributions to our students in the inner city and about the district, the tri-districts, we do appreciate it. I just recently retired 41 years, so you'll get a chance. Yeah, after 41 years, I decided to lay the pencil down, but the next CAP advisor, I'm certain, is just as knowledgeable and will work just as close with you with it. And that's why I'm over there with 7 names on those, because I like to give back. I know the scholarships work. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Carol.
41 years. 41 years teaching kids every day. That is God's work right there, buddy. That is God's work right there. Wow, that is awesome.
I want to introduce my staff.
How's that?
My foundation staff.
All right, let's. Why don't we bring up some of the staff from the foundation?
Foundation staff. Okay, right now I'm going to bring up, introduce you to. I can't do it alone. I need these people to help me, guide me. We fight, we argue, we disagree, but we always get it done. I want to call up the people on my foundation committee. First, the voice, you'll hear him later on, Joel Finari. Right now, he's on injured reserve. Miss Nefreda Thomas. Nefreda's been with me now for 14 years. Oh, there she is. Ingrid, with Ingrid. She's the one that you talk to all the time. Ingrid's been with me now for 14 years. Ingrid Stewart. And this lady here just joined us 2 years ago, and she's been working tirelessly with us. She just moved to Florida not too long ago. Miss Jackie Perez. Come on up, Jackie. Who am I forgetting? I'm going to eat last. Oh, Craig, yeah. Craig was one of my former players. I know he'll get pissed off if I forget him. He played for me at Bethune-Cookman. He likes to say I was his #1 draft pick because I signed him first when I got into coaching. Craig Smith. I love him. I stand his butt. And the person, I really don't know what to say about him. I first met him when he was a little kid, about 14, 12 or 13 years old, coming to my boys' camp that I had for underprivileged kids at the time. He went to college. No, I gave him his first job, actually, because when he was too old to be a camper, he became a counselor. A junior counselor, paid him $100 for 2 weeks. And sooner or later, he went on and graduated from college, played baseball in college, and came back. Now he's senior vice president of South State Bank in Homestead. I am so proud of him. I don't know what to do. We talk almost every day about something. He doesn't say much, but he goes around, he looks for the money. He looks for the money. Mr. Willie Carpenter. I'm not going to forget Billy. How can I forget Billy? This guy here came with us about 4 or 5 years ago. Nothing ever bothers this guy. He's always happy. He's always laughing. I don't care what the situation is. Oh, forget about it. I can get it done. And he's one of our main sponsors right now. Another story. A lot of people don't know this, but Billy is a survivor of 9/11. He was in one of the buildings that were blown up in 9/11. And right now he's a big wheel at Morgan Stanley Bank. Not bank, finance company, whatever you call it, Billy. I can't pronounce his last name. I only call him Billy V. How do you pronounce it, Billy? Billy V. Come on up, Billy. See, he's always laughing. He's laughing right now. He's always happy. Always happy. So these are the people that's my backbone, really. These are the people that keep me going. And sometimes when I'm like I was when I was coaching. The closer I got to a game, the moodier I got. And this week I've been very, very moody because of this golf tournament that was coming up. Huh? Oh, I don't know. And there's one more guy. I'm going to call him up again later on, though. I met him about 6 years ago. And I met with him to tell him what we were trying to do. At the time, he was working. He still is working here at the Hialeah Casino. And we hit it off like best friends right away. And over 2 years ago, he was going to be our sponsor, one of our sponsors. And I asked him, I said, Frank, I no longer consider you being a sponsor. I consider you being a friend. And I want you to come and be a part of our foundation. And he agreed immediately. Mr. Frank Fiore. Come on up, Frank. All right. he wanted me to introduce Dave. Dave, everybody knows Dave. We pay Dave. Okay? So, but Dave comes to our meeting too to make sure everything is going right at the golf course. Mr. Dave Gurgley.
Gurgles.
All right. Thank you very much, you guys. You know how much I love you, how much I appreciate you. Thank you. Next, I want to introduce my family. Dave, Frank, thank you. I want to introduce my family. First, my wife, Rosie. Will you please stand up? My daughter, Demita. My grandson, who's a student at Bethune, Damari. And my granddaughter, Dasani. Now, I don't normally do this, but all Wildcats, please stand up. About 7 of these guys played for me when I was coaching, and they're still hanging around. I still curse them out just like I did. When something happens, the first thing they might say, "Don't curse me out now, coach." But anyway, thanks, guys, for being here, and back over to Big O. Have I forgotten anything? Okay.
And folks, don't forget, we're here for the kids, so if you can, take advantage and walk away with a great prize out there in the auction, the silent auction. We got the raffle tickets outside as always. That's what it's all about. Larry, what do you want to do next? Ah, yes, the check. John Brunetti.
Let's give him a great hand,
Let's give John Brunetti a hand, folks.
Sponsor, this is John Brunetti.
Big time sponsor, making it all happen. The Brunetti family always behind this amazing event.
You don't go anywhere. Frank, don't you go anywhere. Ingrid.
So Gurgles already wants to cash that check and use it in the casino.
Frank, where did Frank go?
Well, Frank takes care of the check. I mean, you know, Frank's got to handle the money.
Where's Willie? Oh, another Hall of Famer just walked in. He's not playing tomorrow, but he made it here. One of the largest human beings I've ever met. Mr. Willie Roaf, Hall of Famer with the New Orleans Saints and the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, Frank, come over, please. On behalf of our foundation, we want to give you a small token of our appreciation. You moved into a new home up in Port St. Lucie, and you can put this on your mantle. Thank you very much. Okay. and Mr. Bernetti. You know, your father started this, and you've taken it and ran with it. We want to thank you for everything that you've done for us. We want to give you a small token of our appreciation, Mr. John Bernetti Jr. All right, Ike, does he know what he's doing? Yeah. Because, you know, I fire you every year. I know. All right, Big O, you got it. Have I forgotten anything anyway?
How about a hand for Larry Little?
Oh, Willie just reminded me that I have some campers in here that came through my boys' camp as kids, and now they're grown men not doing well in society. Will you please stand? They came through Larry Little Gold Coast Summer Camp. I'm proud of you. See, Ingrid wants to remind me now of everybody. All volunteers that are here, please stand. Thank you very much. Who else? Okay. Uh-oh.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm screwing everything.
My pleasure. Right there. All right, I'll introduce the band now.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you do your thing.
All right. Now it's time for the entertainment. Paul. Oh, okay. Okay, we have a live auction to do right now. We have a live auction. Joe Fenari, the voice, will not do the live auction. You need this?
Hello. How we doing? All right, our first item up for auction is a Jason Taylor jersey, a Jason Taylor autographed jersey. We're going to start off at $250. Do I hear anybody? $250 right there. $250 to the gentleman in the back. Do I hear $300? Can't let him steal us for $250. This is a Hall of Famer now. All right, this guy's $250, $300 right over here. Do I hear three? Don't let him take it. $350, right? All right, hey, he's nothing. $350, you can go $4. You can go $4, can't you? Yeah, Jason Taylor, yeah. Do I hear $4? Yeah. Hey, $450, right? I like this. This is good, all right? All right, this guy here is $450. Well, I'm not talking to anybody else. I'm talking to you. All right, this is $450, this guy over here. You got $5. You got $5, all right. You got $550. Wait a second. Do I need to go to the other side of the room for a minute? We got $550. Wait, let me get $550. You gonna let him take?
All right, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed the evening. I know Sean will get the Ginsu knife and slice up the show, and so if you missed any of the individual interviews, you'll be able to check it out. You got a good opportunity to see me screw up everything. How did I do, Sean? Did I do half decent, or how badly did I MC this thing?
How are we doing this on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 to 5? What do you want to go on?
Well, a 5? Do I get a 5?
On a scale of 1 to 5, do you get a 5?
I don't know. 1 to 10. What are you giving me?
Let me see. Let me hear anybody.
A 2.5?
Let me hear on the chat. Let me see on the chat real quick. The next number that pops up is the number that we'll give O.
Okay.
How about that?
All right. So on the chat board, I gotta wait for the the chat.
Well, we got somebody that wants to bid. They can't bid, right? They
No,
can't
that
bid,
you have
no,
to be
right?
here to
You have
bid,
to be here to bid,
unfortunately. Yeah, no,
Oh.
I wish you guys could bid, but
Thomas Jensen said
unfortunately,
an 8, so you're
an 8.
Oh,
Okay,
you're an 8.
I'll take an 8. It's very kind of you guys, actually. Give me an 8.
Yeah, I really didn't expect that.
You know,
Backfired on me.
That's actually pretty strong. Big O, you can MC my wedding. You got it. I'll be there.
We'll broadcast from there. We will. We'll do it.
Yes, exactly. It's catered. It's
Is it
covered,
catered?
right?
It's
Isn't that the rule? It's catered. It's covered. That's what
Checkmate
it's all
gave you a 9.
It's a beautiful thing. Somebody put a Happy Gilmore check. I love that.
Say Slick Rick Flair. You look like Slick Rick in the suit.
How's that?
They say you look like Slick Rick in the suit. I look like Slick Rick Flair.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nature Boy.
That's all right. I like
Solid
it. Big
9,
O, like Slick Ric Flair in a suit tonight. Yeah. Yeah, I had to today they forced me to wear a suit, you know.
That thing's at a 13-0.
If you ever go to my funeral, I don't know when it's going to be, but I'll be wearing a concert shirt. Okay, that's for sure. I told my wife, I got to be buried in a concert shirt.
I really expect you to show up in the coat with the shirt underneath it.
Right,
honestly.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. I was close to doing that today, but I figured, you know, they just auctioned off the Jason Taylor jersey.
Oh, now Larry Little.
Now they're doing a Larry Little
yeah.
jersey.
I showed them the solid.
That's
I thought that was the
badass,
silent
too,
auction,
and
but
it's a
apparently
classic one too.
The live auction, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, it's signed by Larry Little, and it's got the 17-0 on it, 1972. So.
All right, so folks, we're gonna wrap it up. Sunday, remember, we're at Sports Grill on Bird Road in 114th. We're gonna cheer on the Dolphins, make it 5 in a row against the stinking Giants. So we're looking forward to that, man. So come on out to Sports Grill on Bird Road and 114th. We'll be out there starting at 11 a.m. the broadcast. We'll have the post-game show, all that stuff for you. So please come on out. Appreciate it. We may have a surprise for you on Monday. We might be broadcasting from somewhere that no one else can broadcast from. And let's just say that possibly if we're there, we'll have a future Hall of Famer join us. Okay, that's all I can tell you. You know, future Hall of Famer. Not a Hall of Famer yet, but there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to be in the Hall of Fame or yours when you meet him. But I'm working on that for Monday. We'll see. If not, we'll be in studio. But I am trying to work on a little bit of a surprise. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off, but we will try. And we continue to grind as we always do. We will see you guys on Sunday as always. Same time, same place. Oh, by the way, Sean Stanley, sir, thank you. Excellent work by Sean. Incredible day today with Sean doing the day show, the morning show, and then being here at night and everything going so smoothly. So can't do it without Sean. Really appreciate Sean and everything that he does. Obviously, I really appreciate all of you, as always, for tuning in. We'll see you on Sunday. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a good one.
This is the Big O Show.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchased with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
For over 16 years,